In this video, I'll talk about the truth about mechanical engineering that most people don't talk about. So I'll talk about why mechanical engineering is so hard, why many students drop out, is it worth it to study mechanical engineering in 2026, and the 3 tips that you need to know to succeed when studying mechanical engineering. By the way, my name is Mama Sakala. I'm a mechanical engineer, and on this channel, I talk about mechanical engineering and the lessons that I'm learning in the process, and also documenting my life. So if you are interested in that, I welcome you, and let's get started. Part 1, why is mechanical engineering so hard? There are many factors to why mechanical engineering is so hard, and it depends to person to person. But these are the common and the most challenges that most people face when studying mechanical engineering. And if you know them and know how to fix them, you are going to increase your chances of succeeding when studying mechanical engineering. So reason number 1, when you look at mechanical engineering and its courses, what you're going to realize is that its foundations is about math and physics, and there is a lot of calculations. There's the calculus, there's thermodynamics. There are a lot of things that you need to do that involve math and physics. But then if your foundations are weak in these subjects, you are going to feel overwhelmed and you're going to have a lot of challenges, because 90% of these courses you're going to study mechanical engineering are based on math and physics. And one of the things that you're going to notice is that each topic is interdependent with the previous one, or is interconnected. And once you do not understand a certain topic, then you cannot advance to another level, because that topic that you didn't understand is something that you're going to use in the next topic. So many students find challenges and difficulties in the courses and modules that are there in mechanical engineering, simply because they are heavy on math and physics. So reason number 1 that mechanical engineering is hard is that it's heavy in math and physics. And this is one of the challenges that I faced as well in my first and second year. I didn't really have good foundations in the math and physics that I had learned, and it was a more struggle. It was a lot struggle for me to get the basics and to understand most of the concepts that I would think of. So reason number 2, when it comes to mechanical engineering, what you're going to learn in class are theories and equations, right? Then you're going to now have to take all those things that you've learned and apply them in the real world. But then the common challenge that most people fail or struggle with is that it's hard to translate things from the paper into reality. This is one of the hardest things, and something that has many people or many engineers find difficulty, or students, to do. Reason number 2 why mechanical engineering is so hard is that it's not easy, or it's hard for you to get things from theory, from equations, into the real world application. So the best thing that you need to do is to know and understand, as you are calculating your theories, as you are calculating your equations, make sure to take in consideration the reality of the things and how things work. Because when you neglect such things and you try to put them in practice, you might feel like you're failing every time, because the things that you're doing are not working. Reason number 3, when it comes to mechanical engineering, one of the things that I've seen and personally that I've experienced is that sometimes things can be going so easy. Like courses can be, can be understanding, they'll be solving everything, and later on things change. Assignments come, there's more work, there's pressure, exams, and everything is just coming at once. So this is one of the common challenges that many students are going to face or are facing, because there is a lot of stress, there's a lot of workload about the work that you're doing when you're studying mechanical engineering. And if you cannot handle that stress, sometimes you might end up giving up. Sometimes you feel like nothing is happening, nothing is working, because there's a lot of work that you need to do. Reason number 3 why mechanical engineering is so hard is that it has high workload and a lot of mental pressure. From the lot of work that you've been given, from the lot of assignments and projects that you need to work on, and the deadlines approaching. So that's is one of the biggest challenges. Now let's look at part 2 and understand, why do many students drop out when studying mechanical engineering? Yes, there are a lot of reasons that many students drop out of mechanical engineering, not because they are not smart enough, not because they do not work hard, but it's because of these 3 reasons that most people ignore. So reason number 1, many students approach mechanical engineering the same way they used to approach studying in high school by memorizing formulas and by trying to, you know, get things in their head so that they can write in their exams. But then what you're going to notice is that files are the fundamentals. Those are the things that are going to be hard for you. That those are the things that are going to make it so difficult for you to go through and pass mechanical engineering. So the main challenge that you're going to notice is that problems and questions do not repeat when it comes to mechanical engineering as it used to be in high school. When you understand a certain concept and its principles, the way you solve it, it's easier for you to get those principles and solve another problem that you've been given because you've understood. But then in high school, it was easier to memorize. It was easier to just master a formula and just tweak a little things, then you're able to solve another equation. But then that's not the case when it comes to mechanical engineering. Reason number one why many people or students drop out from studying mechanical engineering is because they have a wrong strategy about studying. Once you change the strategy from the way you used to study in high school and you develop a strategy understanding the concepts, understanding the principles and the fundamentals about engineering, it is easier for you to manage some of these problems that you are going to face, some of these equations and complex math that you need to solve. Reason number two, when it comes to mechanical engineering and why many people drop out is because it has a lot of demanding courses and stressful programs that will give you a lot of pressure and heavy workloads. But then one thing that I noticed in my time and that felt so real and that almost made me feel like quitting was that when I felt so overwhelmed, when I felt the mental pressure about these heavy workloads, was feeling like I was the only person who was going through this, and I felt so isolated with uh, what other people were going through. It is the same thing that most people feel, is that they feel frustrated, they feel isolated as though they are the only ones who are going through this mental pressure, these heavy workloads about their program, about their assignments and work that they have been given. So reason number two why many people drop out from mechanical engineering is due to isolation and burnout. If you can be able to associate with others, work in groups, you feel like you're not alone. You feel you are part of this community that is trying to achieve one goal. And if you have that sense of unity with or community with your friends, it is easier for you to work through all those challenging times. So reason number three why many people drop out from mechanical engineering. Now, when you look at mechanical engineering, they're demanding courses. They are courses, just like I said, that are advanced in physics, that are advanced in math, things that have to do with heat transfer, things that have to do with thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, a lot of things that you might not regularly find in most of these common books. And these are the things that most people struggle with because they do not have an understanding of the foundations. So reason number three why most people drop out is that there is lack of understanding the foundations about mechanical engineering. And once you understand some of these complex ideas while working with your friends become lighter. It's not easy, but they become simpler, they become lighter, things that you can work through them with your fellow students, things that you can work through them in groups. But then after talking about all these things and why people quit, is it worth it to study mechanical engineering 2026? Now, there are many reasons why you can look at it on studying mechanical engineering, but these three reasons are the worthwhile reasons that I've found, and they're going to change on how you look at mechanical engineering. So reason number one, this is the most important reason about studying mechanical engineering right now and going forward, because when you look at mechanical engineering, you can work in the mines, you can work in manufacturing industries, you can work in maintenance, automations. There are a lot of places that you can work with mechanical engineering. But then the mistake that most students make and people make when going about mechanical engineering is that they focus in only one field. It's good, yes, to aim to enter into one field, but thinking about mechanical engineering as a one field degree is a mistake that most people make. So reason number one that you should study mechanical engineering is that it offers wide opportunities for your career. So when you look at the program is very flexible, and the skills that you can learn can apply in a lot of places, can apply in a lot of industries that are related to what you learn at mechanical engineering. So reason number two, when it comes to mechanical engineering, the misconception that most people have, and which I had also at the beginning, was thinking that mechanical engineering is about machines, about fixing engines and fixing cars. But what you're going to learn and the things that you're going to get out of mechanical engineering is different. You're going to learn how to think and how to solve problems. This is why it is so tough, and this is why it has a heavy workloads, because those equations, those things that you're solving, the thermodynamics, help you to come up with creative ways, help you to come up with ways on how you can go about solving problems. So that is a skill that you're learning. So reason number two why it's worth it to study mechanical engineering is that you're going to develop strong problem solving skills. These are skills that are not only applicable in engineering, okay, not only applicable in engineering, but things that you can also translate to your life, in the way you solve things, in the way you handle a business. And these are some of the valuable lessons that you're going to learn at studying mechanical engineering. So reason number three, when you look at the advancement of the world and the way new technologies are coming up, new industries, new evolutions on how things are changing, you're going to notice that things are changing so fast. But then one thing you're going to notice about this evolution, change, and growth in technology and evolution of the world is that it depends on machines, infrastructure, and mechanical systems. So reason number three why mechanical engineering is worthy to study right now is because it offers long-term career stability. So the more the world is going to be advancing in technology, in machines, in industrial processes, in mechanical systems, the more it's going to require mechanical engineers to come up and help with the advancement of the work in those areas. So this is why you need to study mechanical engineering and why it's worth it right now. But then what are the common tips that I can give you to help you succeed when studying mechanical engineering? So there are many tips that you can learn and use to study mechanical engineering, but these three are by far the best things that I've used and that has helped me to succeed studying mechanical engineering up to a master's level and also graduate with a distinction. So tip number one, when you start studying mechanical engineering, you are going to deal with a lot of theories, a lot of equations, a lot of math, a lot of complex problems that you're going to be solving. But when you do not see why you're learning those things and how they're applicable in real life, you're going to see those things as pointless. You're going to feel as though there's nothing that you're doing, and it's going to become boring. So tip number one to succeed when studying mechanical engineering is start linking theory to real life applications. This is because most of the times when you connect real life applications from the theory, you're going to start visualizing the things that going to be learning. It's going to feel your learning also become interesting. So tip number two, this is the common mistake that many students make. So I used to spend most of the time studying alone, most of the time solving the equations, thinking that I'm getting things right, not knowing most of the times I'm solving, the things were not even correct. But then when you continue with such kind of a studying strategy, what usually happens is that you're going to start feeling frustrated when you cannot arrive to finding the solutions. We're going to struggle feeling alone, and it's going to look like you're doing nothing. So tip number one that I would encourage you is to study smart and not alone. Study with friends, study with people that are going to help you, people who can help you understand more, and you can work together when studying. So tip number three, this is something that I've talked about a lot in this video, but I'm going to repeat it because it's so important. Like I said, mechanical engineering is built on math and physics because these are the fundamentals of engineering. But then when students ignore and do not understand the fundamentals too early, they think that they'll understand them later. When courses advance, they become harder and harder because they're interconnected. So tip number 3 is to make sure that you understand the fundamentals early as you're starting a program. It's going to help you to go about a lot of things, and it's going to help you to understand some certain concepts that will be building upon those fundamentals or the foundations that you have learned. But then there could be a number of reasons that I've learned that have helped me to apply the same things that I've learned in mechanical engineering to apply it in real life. So if you're interested in knowing how some of the things that I've learned that have helped me in my individual life and that I'm applying right now, I encourage you to watch this video where I share uh, those lessons. So I say thank you for watching this video and reaching this far. I hope this video helps, and see you in the next one.